Let me tell you something about the story of my life. It starts with feeling lonely, then the thoughts of suicide. Sitting alone in this empty room, I cry, waiting for an angel to visit in the night. I pray and I pray, but the demons don't subside. I wake up in the morning, see my life through my new eyes. The vision is clear, I'm making all things right. Tighten the screws, cause last night I almost died. I'll see you in the morning, I'll save you. Come on, let's talk, just me and you. Something's going.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tacky Tuesday. Yes, Tacky Tuesday. Love Tacky Tuesday. Love it.
It is tacky.
Ladies and gentlemen, my brother's back. My brother is back, ladies and gentlemen. I know you missed him. Y'all asked for him, and I said, God damn it, I'm going to get his ass back on the show. Look, we changed days, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be on Tuesdays, not Fridays, not Freaky Friday no more. Tacky Tuesday.
I like it. I like it. Tacky Tuesday is a good day.
Yeah, man. Welcome back, brother. We missed you, man. We definitely missed you. Mr. Energy, Mr. Masculinity on the show.
Yeah, I can tell. Looking at both of you, you needed a real man on here.
Alrighty then. I love you too.
Yeah, exactly. This is how we start this shit.
Oh, shit, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's how you start the show off.
Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, how dumb can y'all get? How dumb? Look, Trump is not going to prison. He's not. He's not going to prison. He's not doing no prison time. He's not. Y'all motherfuckers talk about, well, he's going to do at least do a year or two. He's doing nothing. And here's my question. If he does, who's next? Biden's next.
Never gonna
Obama's
happen.
next. Pence is
Gonna
next.
happen.
All of them are next.
Yeah, you can't do that to one person and then let the other ones go.
Trump, everybody's going down right with his ass. Everybody.
You know, if a guy like Epstein did not do real prison and he committed suicide in prison,
right?
Sure. His wife, neither. So no, you don't have to worry about that. Plus, you know, the way you should people be looking at this is quite the opposite. Is why are they always going after Trump? This is a question that people should ask themselves. Why is it not okay for Trump to have done supposedly interacted with Russia when it's been actually proven that Biden did, that his son did? Like, this is proven. He took bribe, and this is proven. Yet they're talking about Biden. Oh no, he's too busy. We can't go after him. He's trying to become the next president again. Like, he's too big. Yeah, fuck off. You know, there's a massive bias, and you know, I think I wore the right shirt today. That's pretty funny that we're going to talk about this, but you know, this is where people need to wake the fuck up. It doesn't matter that you're liberal. It doesn't really matter that you're conservative. At that point, they're all fucking assholes. They don't fucking care about you. They really don't care. If you look at the type of people that are normally attracted by politics, are sociopath. By nature, if you look at the psychology behind it, they are sociopath. They do not give a fuck about you. All they want is the power related to it. As like you see that in police officers. I'm not saying all police officers are like that, because I know quite a few that are extraordinary people and they want to help. But there's a certain amount of people that are attracted to those positions of power because they can assert power on other people. And this is where the problematic lies. And this is all a smoke show to hide from the fact that Russia and China are actually organizing all the Middle East, all the most powerful countries, and they're rallying them all under the same currency, and that your dollar, the American dollar, is about to crash. This is what the real issue is right now, and that's what Americans should worry about. But they're too busy talking about Trump and all the
Pronouns.
transgenders everywhere dancing for our kids.
Everything is a distraction away from
yes, from what's really going on in the world.
Yeah, and it's a hard period. The worst part, and this is, I've had this discussion with my girlfriend so many times, and she still doesn't comprehend why people are so fucking stupid. And I tell her this: it's a hard pill to swallow. Like, I've been considered a conspiracy theorist for 25 years, so they didn't even have a term for it. It was just called doing your own fucking research. But I've been considered one for more than 25 years. So whatever happens now, I predicted it. Like, to me, it's not. It's something that a guy called Niccolo Machiavelli in the book The Prince that was written almost 500 years ago. He invented everything that we see today. He speaks about how to fuck with people's mind and how to gain control over people. So this is not surprising. If you know history, this is fucking normal. The thing is that it's a hard pill to swallow for most people to go from my government loves me to my government are sociopath. They don't give a fuck about me. And they're all using me as test subjects for whatever the fuck they feel like testing on. So it's hard for people to look at something as simple as Trump being accused of things and say, not only is it not true, not only is he not going to go to prison, but this is all a smoke show to prevent you from being very fucking scared that the Chinese government has been buying land near all your military bases in the US, that in Canada, they have the army on bases right now as we fucking speak. But this is what people don't want to hear, because this means that China's coming.
Look at all those billionaires that are buying up farmland. I'm telling you, all your billionaires have gotten together and they're trying to control the population. And
they've been trying to do it forever.
Yeah. So, what better way than to make us mad at each other, separate us, whether it's with the whole ethnicity thing or the LGBTQ stuff.
Right.
If you're a conservative, you can't be friends with a liberal and vice versa. Everybody's mad at each other. Nobody wants to get together. I watched a video this morning of this person claiming that they're a male, but they gave birth. You are a female. If you gave birth, you are a female.
Right.
All this craziness going on, it's just to further divide us.
The thing that we need to pay attention to, and this is why I'm so I'm so hard on men, is that look, over the past 40, 50 years, they've been slowly demolishing manliness in North America. This is because of the end game that they have. If indeed we are to fight a war, we don't have a lot of strong men anymore, because we were raised like fucking pussies. This is the easiest way to control people, is by disarming them. Those are the problems that people should be really, really worried about. Is when you have a government that's telling you that we want your safety, that means they're going to take your rights away. These are equivalent. If somebody tells me that you're going to do something for my own safety, fuck you. I can take care of myself. I don't need you. I will learn. I've been in martial arts for 20 years. I know how to handle guns. I know how to handle knife. I know people that can help me in a very bad situation. So I don't need somebody to take care of me. If you're telling me that don't worry, I'll take care of it. Yeah, fuck you. You have an agenda, and my guns is what you want. You guys, as Americans, should fight for your First Amendment of free choice, of free speech, and your Second Amendment of guns. Those are your two main things you should fight to the nails. Like, you guys should be ready to kill to keep those, because these are what's going to keep you safe. As soon as your government tells you that they want to disarm you for your own interest, start looking at what the fuck's going on. How the fuck can you defend? It's easy to have a every single tyranny started with disarming the people. Then it goes to, hey, don't worry about, we're going to raise the interest rate. We're going to raise the price of all your goods. Look at right now. Like, your grocery store prices are fucking out of this mind, are crazy right now. What do you think? Like back from where I'm from, in Canada, I was looking at a video yesterday. The girl was saying that their food supply, so when they supply food to people that don't necessarily have money to eat, has gone up 85% within the last year.
Wow.
And this is, you have to look at it, instead of looking at what everything happened as silos, look at them for what they are. They are making sure that everything costs more so that they can start taking care of you. Because at one point people will not be able to pay anymore. So the government will have to step in and say, don't worry, we will give you a card that will give you that much food every. Don't worry about it, we got you. So this is why would they be doing that? Right. This is, you look at all those things, and the Trump thing, completely a distraction. You know, you guys started going down the hill at the beginning of the 20th century when you signed into law the Federal Reserve Act, when you accepted a third party to print your fucking money. This is where you all went downhill. Until then, you had the greenbacks that were by the government for the people, that were just enough in currency in distribution so that people could exchange and buy and trade, exchange, buy products and services that they needed. But the inflation, it was always controlled because we controlled the amount of money that was out there. Now you have a third party company. Literally, the Federal Reserve just sounds very politic. It sounds very governmental, but it's not. It's 90% owned by third parties that are not listed on the act. But we all know that it's the Rothschild. Like, this is a known fact that the Rothschild owns the Federal Reserve in the world. This is where your main problem is. The fact, one of the Rothschilds said, I think it's Jacob the Rothschild that said, I care not who runs the country as long as you let me print their money. So those are the things you should go after. But they believe that JFK was killed because he was going to revoke the Federal Reserve Act, because he understood that you need to print your own money if you want to control what actually goes on. So if you guys don't know anything about what the fuck I'm talking about, watch a documentary called Money Masters. It's free. It's on YouTube. It's from the 90s. It's dry as fuck. Lasts 3.5 hours, but you will want to cry at the end, because the guy explains how money works, and he talks with economists that have won Nobel Prize in economics. So you're talking about some of the smartest guys on the planet, and it's fucking scary, bro. Like, if you understand the Federal Reserve, if you understand fractional banking, if you understand that every single countries that the US have been at war with did not have a Federal Reserve. Like, it's very, very interesting when you look into it. But those are the problems we should be looking into, not if Trump is going to get arrested and go to prison.
Right. Gotta check that out, man. Gotta check that out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I know we've been boring you with shit you don't want to know about.
We need to know.
Stay sleeping, brother.
We need to know this stuff.
Stay sleeping. Stay sleeping.
I don't want to know about Trump. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about no money. I don't care about this country. I don't care. I get it. I get it. I get it. Right. We're probably beyond fucked at this point. We don't get it.
And we should have never got off the gold standard.
Nope.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
nope. Good point, brother.
We have a good show for you today. Good show. And before we get into the show, I'm going to share some comedy with you. Some comedy.
Joe Biden.
Men like stuffed animals and cartoon characters. What do you think? You think men like stuffed animals and cartoon characters?
Well, they voted one into office.
Yes, we do. And why do you think that is?
Let me share this. Like I said, we're gonna get a little comedy first, and then we're gonna get deep into the show. Why are we doing this to our women? Why are we doing this to our women? So let me go ahead
Jessica
share.
Rabbit. Nice.
There you go.
Oh, Roger Rabbit.
Why are we doing this to our women? Why do we want our women to look like that?
You know, I had the guy that created this show on my podcast.
Did you?
Sure did.
Oh, you need to bring him on the show.
I can reach out to him.
Good, yeah.
She's married to Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. What a lucky girl. Now you had
A woman should not be shaped like this.
years ago.
I disagree. So what's your question?
So now that I showed you what a woman should not look like, because a woman should never look like this, ever. A woman should never look like this. Never. Ever. Ladies and gentlemen, I think last week, DC Young Fly comedian, his girlfriend, had went and got cosmetic surgery done, and she passed away from her cosmetic surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, DC Youngfly is the reason why his girlfriend is no longer here. He's the one that made her to go get the cosmetic surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, are men encouraging women to make their bodies into Jessica Rabbit?
No,
You say
sir,
no.
we do not. Absolutely not. We do not give. The average man does not want a woman that looks like that. There's outliers, obviously, like the guy you just described, but he's a fucking moron. But she's as stupid as he is because she listened. So nobody's made her do anything. She just chose to do it to impress a man. But if you look at reality, women are more vicious towards other women. We don't design clothes. Men are not. Gay men and women are clothes designer, not men. Not straight men. We do not set the rules when it comes to fashion. Gay men and other women do. Just look. I did a podcast a couple of weeks ago on bullying. You know, everybody thinks that men are the biggest bully. Do you know that women bully more other women than men could ever bully men? And we're talking a lot fucking more. And the reason being that it's physical. If I bully you, I'm not going to go at you psychologically and try to fuck with your head. No, I'm going to break your face in. I'm going to make you feel like a little bitch. But women fuck with other women psychologically because they do not have the aggressivity or the physical nature that we do. And if you look at boys, there's little girls are 3 times more prone to bullying than boys are. And women girls on girl bullying psychologically. And this is why this happens. Is women telling other women what is acceptable and what other women should look like. Because if you look at most successful men, look at a guy like me. I don't want a slut. I don't want a girl that's provocative. I want a woman that's more conservative, that respects her body, but at the same time, that's in incredible shape because I see value in. If you look at me, I'm 40. Yeah, man. There we go.
Awesome. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I
Yeah,
knew I
we
had
need
it around
him
here
to come
somewhere.
on the show.
His name is Gary Wolf.
Awesome.
And he created a rabbit. That makes fucking sense.
Hey,
I guess he don't like his last name. But you know, if I look at a woman that's in shape, look at me. I'm 41 years old. I have a 6-pack. I'm on a fucking 5-day fast today, like this week. Like I'm on my second day of fasting. I won't eat until Friday evening. This is what I do for my body, right? But there's tremendous value in looking at somebody that's in shape because that means they're disciplined. That means they're driven. That means they know what it is to be patient. They're ready to put in the work. So it says a lot about the person. But at the end of the day, most men do not want sluts. Do you want a slut? Do you want to be married to a slut? I'll fuck one. I'll fuck one. No, but seriously, you know that expression, you don't make a hoe, you're a housewife. You don't.
Right.
Have I slept with sluts? Absolutely. I'm getting closer to the microphone because absolutely. But would I marry one? Fuck no. Absolutely not. And this is not what men want. It is what women competing with other women in order to get men, but they don't understand that all the men that are part of that fight, you know, that 90% to 95% of women will fight for 5% of the men. The top 5% of the men get 90 to 95% of women. So why do you think they sleep around so much? Because women are too fucking easy to them. They literally throw themselves at them. And look at, you know, I'll find the article and I'll send it to you. There was an actual forum that I was on, and there was a girl that asked a question. She asked, "I'm a super good looking girl. I'm in my early 20s. I'm this, I'm that." She's describing herself to be fucking incredible. At the end of the day, she's just hot. That's it. That's all she brings to the table. But she asks, it was a forum for millionaire, and she asks, why is it that when I look at all the millionaires and billionaires out there, their wife are very plain looking? There's a guy that answered, he's like, listen, our wife, if you're like me and you make more than 500 grand a year, he's like, we look at our women as investment. A woman needs to bring something to the table. It's not just, I'm not just looking to fuck a woman. I'm looking to have the mother of my children. So I need to make sure that there's a lot more than just your looks. And this is what these girls will never understand. They're competing for men that don't even care about them outside of the bedroom. They want body count matters. The amount of guys that you fucked matters. And it matters not only because you're easy, but I believe in exchange of energy. I believe that every single person you've slept with carries a certain amount of energy that is a combined energy from their personal energy, what they radiate every day, what they do every day, to every single person they slept with. You leave an imprint on every person you sleep with, and the same thing is true for them. So this is what is ridiculous, because you don't see sluts, you don't see more traditional women go on stage half dressed. You don't see more traditional women trying to redo their whole body, because this is not the number one priority that they have. They should take care of themselves, obviously. But you know, my girlfriend hates that when I say it to her, but I've dated women that are a lot harder than my girlfriend, like no questions about it. But have I ever dated a woman that I respect as much as my girlfriend? Fuck no, never. By far, it's not even close. It's not, she's here and all the other women are here. Like, it's not even close. When it comes to value, most men that are smart understand that you don't choose a woman with your penis. You choose you choose a woman with your mind, because love is a fucking choice, and it's a choice that you have to make every fucking day. So no, women causes this shit, not men. This is all on women. It's women against women. Because look at what happens. My girlfriend's more conservative. My girlfriend she wants to stay home, take care of the kids. That's what she wants. We do podcasts, her and I, every Wednesday, and I publish them. You know how many times people are like, hey, wink if you're in trouble. Wink if... No, but I'm serious, because I want my woman to be more conservative. I want my woman to follow my lead. She trusts me 100%. She knows that I respect her opinion. But at the end of the day, I will still take the decision that I know to be right. No matter how she feels about it, and she'll trust that I'm doing the right thing, and because she knows I have our best at heart. And I'm ready to take risks that she's not ready to take. So why not? I'm the one that should be the natural leader, right? So those are all things that we're being lied to. We're being accused of being toxic for wanting women like that. Yet I do not know a single guy that is successful that is either married or in a relationship with a woman that looks like that.
Okay. Well, you know what? You made a good point. But I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, in today's society,
Our biggest problem is sex.
Yep.
We are driven by sex. Most of us think about it all the time. Most of us want it all the time, and it's just the way it is. Sex is not going anywhere. Men tend to use porn, see these models in porn, and think that women are supposed to be shaped like these porn stars, like these OnlyFans models, and all that. And they go home, and they're like, "Honey, you know." First of all, women, most of our women know that we have certain likes. We like big breasts, we like big butt, and women know that. So when our women that we have in our lives know that certain things turn us on, big butt, big breasts, and most of us men encourage our women, not all, some, not all, but most, encourage their women to get these things done so their boyfriends and husbands can be more happier in the relationship.
I don't know, man. I think
it's not true.
If you have a guy who's superficial, who has no confidence, who's just fake, then he might talk his woman into doing something like that. But for the most part, I have to agree with Nico. I think it's women competing against other women that are forcing them to do all this crap.
It is to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Women do that to each other to compete with other women in order to be relevant to the men they're trying to attract.
Okay.
This is where the issue is, and we're so skewed when it comes to our relationship views that they believe that that's what men want. But again, it comes down to one thing, and this is one thing that women fucking hate when I say it, but you can go fuck yourself because it is true. Women are supposed to be the gatekeeper to sex. It is women's responsibility to say no or yes to any given suitors. Why do you think, like, take this, for example. I was explaining that to my girlfriend the other day, and it's never been explained this way because it's taboo to say it, but this is what I do every day, so fuck it. Look at the AIDS epidemic that happened in the 80s. Gay men were 3 to 4 times more prone to getting AIDS. Not because it's not because they're gay. It's because men sleep with more men. There's no gatekeepers. You know, any woman out there, I don't care how ugly you could be, honey boo boo, and you can show up to the club tonight, somebody's gonna fuck you. No questions about it. A woman that wants to get fucked just needs to show up and she will get what she wants. For a man, it is not that way. Men need to work. We need to bring something to the table more than our looks.
Facts.
Why do you think 3 to 4 times more prone to AIDS were gay men? Because there's not, I can probably jump on an app right now, on a gay app, and I'll get fucked in about 20 minutes. No problems out of. No, but seriously, it's just men don't have. If you look at the way we are, men want to spread their seed. This is genetics. We want to impregnate as much women as possible so that we can share our genetic makeup. This is our goal. Biologically, this is what we do. Women can only do that once at a time. They can only be pregnant by one dude at a time.
Okay.
So we need to go around. And I was in church on Sunday, and the guy was saying that, he was talking about a woman that had 19 kids and she lost 9 of them. And this was about 50 to 100 years ago. But until about 50 to 100 years ago, it was normal for a woman to lose a bunch of kids because kids died in infancy. We don't see that today. Plus, we don't have that many kids anymore. But the point is that if that's the case, we need to spread our seed as much. If 50% of our kids are fucking dying off, we need to spread our seed. So our mentality is not the same. Plus, men associate sex with pleasure. Women associate sex with relationship. The average woman, if you speak to the average woman, we talked about this before. If your woman is emotionally attached to you, she will give you all the sex that you want. Men, we don't give a fuck. We can fuck a woman today, never think about her again, and it was just the act. It was just an urge, because the most powerful energy a man produces is sexual energy. There's nothing more powerful than sexual energy. And the reason porn is pushed so much right now, the reason, that it's been used as a tool in war, they would send porn on the to the enemy, like pamphlet with half-naked women, because men would masturbate. By masturbating, they would release their most powerful energy and their will to fight. This is why everything is over sexualized right now, because it is just one other aspect that governments are using in order to devalue men, to demasculinize men. So they push video games, they push video games that's going to make you waste all of your time on a platform that brings you nothing. It connects to your hormones. It will release all the beautiful hormones that you want in your brain in order to keep you to continue to do what you're doing. Then when you're done doing that, you're going to pick up your phone to masturbate. So not only are you removing all your mind power, you're removing all your physical power. And then what do? You eat fast food because you're too fucking lazy to make food for yourself. So we're getting fucked physically, mentally, and spiritually. Look at the three things they removed. They over-sexualize everything, so they're breaking the relationship between men and women. They're making crappy food upon crappy food upon crappy food so that people buy it. And then they're removing religion from life. So you have no connection between your fellow men. You have no connection to yourself. You devalue women because of relationship doesn't mean anything, and wait till robots with AI come to the market. Men will not need women anymore because most men don't want children. So these are the things. So what you're talking about, I fully understand, but this is just the surface of what the issue is. The real issue is the fact that we do not value relationship between men and women anymore. We do not care. We do not want it anymore because it's too difficult. And look at the way society is. We don't own our responsibility for being weak. You know, being weak, we are all born weak, but staying weak is a fucking choice.
Thanks.
Good Lord, you see?
Did you miss my 20-minute fucking rants?
Hey man, everybody's missed it, man. Like, bring back Nico. Where Nico at? I said I'm gonna try to get him back.
No, I'm happy to be here. It's just that if there's a couple of days that doesn't work, I fucking book something in. So, because I record three or four podcasts myself a week, right?
Got you. So we were talking about like men like ourselves, we want nice, classy women. But most of the women today, they see when they see a successful man, like for instance, okay, when people look at successful men, they see athletes, they see actors. They don't see like attorneys and lawyers and guys like that as being successful. They look at people that's on TV and playing sports as being successful men. And when they see successful men, they see these women that are perfectly shaped, got big behinds, big breasts, and that's what they think they need to get a man. They need to have that body like that.
100%.
That's what they think. That's why I say it. I think men are encouraging women to get these surgeries because the successful men they see have women like that.
But it's not the men that's encouraging it. It's them doing it in order to compete with other women. Because if somebody would explain you made a very valid point here. So you're talking about professional athletes. They're not the smartest guys on the planet.
No.
Like, let's call a spade here. If you look at the type of men that we worship today, we don't worship smart people. We worship successful people, whatever success means to whoever you are. We associate success with money. The more money you make, the more successful you are. So you get professional athletes that are being paid 50, 100 million a year between their salary and their sponsorship, and we associate that with successful people. But in real life, they have no real world application. If the world goes to shit today, the fact that you can play soccer doesn't really fucking matter. And this is where we're being lied to. This is where women are being lied to. We look at blue-collar jobs, for example. We look at blue-collar guys and we devalue them. Yet, men that do blue-collar work are the reason why the society we live in was built, is still in existence, and is maintained. Tomorrow, if all the world goes to shit, who are going to be the most important men on this earth? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers, people that can build stuff with their hands. Those are the men that are going to be the most valuable people. It's just that we don't understand. We live in an aquarium that is controlled that is maintained by people that we don't know. Can you really expect a fish that lives in an aquarium that you take care of to understand that without you, they're worthless? That if you disappear, they're all going to fucking die. So this is, again, what you're talking about is scratching the surface. The real issue is we do not understand what it takes to maintain our society. We do not understand what value actually is. The most powerful thing, the most valuable thing on this earth is knowledge. And there's no restriction on knowledge. You don't have to have a university degree in order to be knowledgeable. I don't have a university degree. I barely have 18 months of a fast track fucking course in college. And I guarantee you put me in front of pretty much anybody with a bunch of university degree and I will fucking drink them under the table. Because life is more than just fucking reading books. But the point of the matter is that knowledge is power. And if you look at what's important, look at what's maintaining this civilization, it is not athletes, it is not actors, it is not politicians. Those skills are useless. If you look at the real value that they bring, they're fucking useless. You know, I posted a meme months ago and I saw it fly on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Facebook. It was saying that a man without purpose will use entertainment to bore his mind. And you know what? This is what we're seeing right now. This is exactly what the fuck we're seeing right now. Why do you think athletes make so much money? Why do you think that actors make so much money? Because we value what they have to say. But did you ever take a look at the type of individual that most of those actors and athletes are? They're not great people. They're fucking assholes. Like, I don't like LeBron James. I'm not a fan. I think he's a fucking bitch. But you know what? I hate his politics, but there is one thing I got to give him. He is a self-made almost billionaire. Well, sorry, he's not self-made. There's no such thing as self-made, but he comes from nothing. He's been married to the same girl for 20 years. And this I have a lot of respect for. I don't like him as a person, but I can call a spade a spade. There's a few things that he does that it's great. But he's very far in between. Look at the average athlete. Look at the average actor. They're not nice people. Those are not. Look at a guy like Chris Pratt. Love fucking Chris Pratt. Look at Denzel Washington. Love Denzel Washington. Look at Morgan. Morgan's always talking about, hey, black people, stop fucking complaining and get a fucking job. Why don't you?
Right.
Yep.
And but people don't like to hear that because that's the truth.
No. Right.
Look at Chris Pratt. People hate Chris Pratt because he's Christian. I did a full podcast on this guy. I digged for 5 to 10 hours on his character. All I could find is good fucking things from everybody that's met that guy in real life. That guy. And why do they hate him? Because instead of saying that, oh, I'm gonna sleep with this girl, do this, do drugs, party, get in a car crash because I was too high on cocaine, he's preaching Christian values.
Okay. Yep.
We devalue the right people we should follow for fucking idiots because we want to be entertained.
What do you think happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because he used to be a guy that I admired, but now he's just turned out to be a real asshole.
That's what money. You know what? This is a misconception. Money does not make you anything. It allows you to be who you are. If you look at all those people that have so much money that they can do whatever they want, this is who they are. That's who they've always been. It's just that you do not get to do all these things because you don't have the resources to do it. I guarantee you that there's a lot more people like him that they are not like him.
Yeah, I mean, you heard whenever they were talking about wearing the masks and getting the shots and all that, and he says, "F your freedom."
Yeah.
And then now he's coming out and saying that we're crazy because we believe in God.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, don't lie to yourself. He is married. He was married to a Kennedy. So he's been married to politics. As much. Don't believe GFK was a special individual. Like John F. Kennedy was a very special individual. The rest of his family is not like him. There's a good reason why he got shot. There's a good reason why he was shot as the standing president, because he stood for things that people do not want to stand for. And his brother Robert same fucking thing. They were very similar.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at their kids, they're not the same way at all. If you look at the rest of their family,
Right.
they're not like that at all. Those are very exceptions. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was the same thing. He's just selfish. Arnold came here. I got to give him respect because he has changed the bodybuilding world. To me, he's the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful figure that I've seen for bodybuilding. He looked good. He looked what Hercules should look like.
Right.
You look at him, you're like, that guy has the size of a superhero. You look at that guy, you're like, he's big, but he seems like it's achievable.
Right.
But he got the money that he wanted, and it exposed who he was. It's all about control, bro. It's all about control. Listen to him talk, and you can see he's a sociopath. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else outside of him. He don't care. He don't fucking care.
So fellas, let's switch the roles. Now we talk about the cosmetic surgery for the women. What about what's encouraging men to get these surgeries, man? Men are getting they're getting hair implants, and they're getting.
Hey, what the fuck you're trying to say there? What the fuck are you trying to say?
They're superficial.
What's encouraging men to now get these surgeries done? Like penis enlargements and hair growth and fake abs and all type. What's encouraging men to do that? What's happening with men where men are now going over to cosmetic surgery to better themselves? What's causing that?
They're superficial.
You want to go in, Coyote? Because I'm gonna fucking go on a rampage if you don't do
it. To me, if you're doing that, you don't have confidence to begin with, and you think that that's going to change everything. That's going make you Superman, basically. But they're superficial. They have no confidence whatsoever. A real man doesn't have to go do stuff like that. If you want to achieve those things, then you will go achieve it and you will work for it. But if you're lazy, then you want to take the easy route.
Right. So you don't think women is encouraging men to get this stuff?
I don't think it's women that's encouraging them to do that.
It is the exact same thing as for women. Women compete against other women in order to get the 5% of women. Men compete against other men in order to get women. What is the number one thing that women like the most about a man physically? Are abs, great shoulders, good chest. Physically, they want, because deep down, you have to understand that we like beautiful women because we associate a beautiful woman with their ability to create beautiful children. We assume that because she is good looking, that her biological makeup or DNA is better than an ugly person, and our kids are going to be more beautiful. They're going to have a better life, because the prettier you are, the easier your life is. Don't fucking lie to yourself, right?
Fact.
But men compete with other men in order to get the attention of women. If tomorrow women would start saying that the most beautiful thing they want in a man is a big nose, Jewish people would be very happy. But two, there would be a lot of nose enlargement. Because is it the woman that's forcing us to do that? No, it's the competition with other men. We are human beings, are competition driven. This is what we do. We need competition in order to survive. We need competition in order to thrive. We need competition in order to get better. Unfortunately, the fact that women want abs on a guy is not problematic. That's a choice. Whatever. That's a choice. But one thing that's worth noting, though, is that women are not normally in a long-term relationship. Women do not choose men based on physical attributes. They choose men. The two most important thing to a woman when it comes to a long-term relationship is the fact to have that he be a provider, that he has resources, and that he has status, like a doctor, a lawyer, an athlete, like something that she can be proud of, that she can be proud to be Mrs. something. Now, in a short-term relationship, women want the physical attributes. And this shows the problem. Men want a good-looking woman in a long-term relationship, and the second thing that we want is a woman that is faithful. Faithfulness and attractiveness are the two main things men look for in a long-term relationship.
Right.
So that's why women do the same, but they do it on the short term. But this is where men need to understand. There's two things to this. One, why, if your goal is to sleep with as many women as you want, fuck man, hit the gym, start showing your chest around, start going to resort where you can take your shirt off. Women will fucking love you for it. But you're doing it for the wrong reason. I don't work out for my girlfriend, I work out for me. I do it for myself. Because this is what I believe a man should look like, because it represents on the values that are attached with a guy that's been working out for 20 years, that calculates his food, that doesn't let his food. I don't eat with emotions. I eat with my mind. I give my body what it needs in order to perform at the best of its capabilities. This is where we're screwed because we don't think about the people we're trying to impress. Is it good for a man to be attractive? Is it going to be easier on a woman? Of course it is, obviously. Right. But this is not what, at the end of the day, this is not what she's going to choose. If she has two guys with the same salary, the same status, is she going to go for the better looking guy? Of course she will. But at the end of the day, that is not her priority, is not that. So we try to impress sluts by getting surgery. So, you know, those women that have a high body count that are very promiscuous. Right. These are the type of women that are going to go for what those guys are trying to achieve. But they're trying to achieve it in a way where they're faking it. There are values that...
Uh-oh.
Right?
What happened?
There are... There you go. It might be me. There are values that are attached, or qualities attached to a man that's in shape. He represents more than a beautiful body. He represents all the virtues that he possesses that most guys do not possess. So this comes down to a lack of responsibility. If you're too much of a bitch to get... You can't buy... I don't care what you do. You cannot buy a beautiful body right now. Because no matter what happens, if you eat like shit, your abs are going to be covered. No matter what you do. No matter what the fuck you do, it's about one of the only things that you cannot buy right now is a beautiful body.
So what do you think? What do you think about women that get liposuction? You think women should get liposuction? You think they shouldn't? I mean,
I think they should. I think they should stop eating shit and be better with their diet, exercise more, and that comes from a guy that's smoking cigars, right? But you know, no. But this is a choice. I fully understand what I'm doing. I control every single aspect of my life, but this is the thing that I allow myself, because I don't drink, I don't take drugs, I don't eat shit. I exercise 5-6 times a week, and I've been doing it for more than 20 years now. But this is a choice. So it's all about choosing. If I know people that work out in order to eat junk on the weekend so that they're not fat, they eat super well the whole week and then they eat crap on the weekend. You know what? No problem. But that still takes self-control in order to do so. And this is what liposuction eliminates. The only way to get now you can cheat your way into having a good body. You won't be able to maintain it if you don't choose. It's the same thing with the stomach stapling. You know, you can staple your stomach in order to make it smaller so that you get filled up easier.
I've heard of
But at the same time, you could simply stop eating less. Just start eating less. That's it. Start fasting. I've been intermittent fasting for more than 5 or 6 years now. So I normally just eat 8 hours a day. 16 hours of that day, I don't consume any calories. I drink water and black coffee. That's it. And now I even finished that to one meal. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been eating 1 meal a day. And as I was saying earlier, now I'm on a fast for 5 days. Because if you look at what it does to your body, it is the way that you rejuvenate your body is by fasting. The day that you stop, because think about it, we're eating. The first thing people do when they wake up, they breakfast, which if you look at what it means breaking your fast. Break fast. That means that you start eating. And we eat the whole day. And if you're a meat eater, if you're somebody that eats meat, it takes up to 8 hours for your body to digest your meat. So even if you stop eating, most people eat until they go to bed. They sleep 8 hours. That means their body has never had a break. In their whole life, their body does not take a break. I give my body a break to at least 10 to 18 hours a day. Like 10 to 20 hours a day. Now I'm giving my body a fucking 5-day break. Did you ever
Wow.
see what it does to a body to fast? Like, I'm going to do a podcast on this on Friday. This is my next one. But
Okay.
it changes your body completely. It allows your cells to rejuvenate themselves. You can treat cancer with fasting. You can treat low testosterone with fasting. You can treat, you know, most guys like me, we want growth hormones because we're bodybuilders. We like to build our bodies.
Right.
Within a span of 3 days, you can raise your growth hormones by 2,000% by simply fasting. And a milligram of growth hormones is cost about $400 for 1 milligram, and most guys take multiple milligrams per week.
Right.
So, you know, it's about self-control, it's about responsibility, and this everything you're talking about, every subject we can ever talk about always comes down to that simple fact that we are not ready to we're not ready to do what it takes in order to achieve what we want.
Right. Let me ask you a question, brother. This,
Yeah,
this one might put you to work. What would you tell a man or a woman that feels ugly, that wants to better themselves, but mentally they're mentally mentally abused, mentally hurt, where they can't where they just don't see the beauty in themselves or the attractiveness of themselves. What would you tell them to do to help them feel better about themselves? What would you tell them?
I'm not going to speak for women because I'm not a woman.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is this: if you are a woman that has issues in self-perception, see a psychologist. Unlike we do, men and women deal with our emotions a very different, very different way. Women need to talk about it. On the other side, men not really. It's not how we deal with them. Like, women like to speak about things,
Right.
and they like to feel understood. So maybe seeing a psychologist is the best avenue for women. But when it comes to men, I can tell you right now, start doing two things: start hitting the gym and start doing martial art. Those are the first two things. When the first step to changing your perception about yourself, and the easiest thing you can control is your body. Because think about it, if you hit the gym and you do martial art, there's a bunch of qualities that you're going to, if you stick to it, there's a bunch of qualities that you're going to start developing, like discipline, like coachability, how to take information from somebody else, how to take criticism, how to be part of a team, how to be dependable. You're going to build patience. You're going to build so many skills. You know, if you lack self-confidence as a man, learn how to fight. There's nothing that will build your confidence more than knowing that you can handle 99% of situations out there. This is what gave me my confidence. In my 20s, when I discovered martial art, it changed me. Why do you think I can do lives by myself? I can do podcasts. You could tell me to step on a stage right now. I'll fucking grab a microphone and let's fucking talk. I don't care how many people are in the audience. I'm doing it right now. Why do you think that that I quit my corporate job? I burned all the bridges behind me and say I will start a business that will make millions and millions of dollars over the next few years. Because I have the confidence. It all started with the confidence to defend myself, and it showed me that I'm not stepping in the ring was the biggest revelation. It showed me that I am so much tougher than what I actually thought I was. That I am not made out of glass, that I am disciplined beyond measure. And this all stems down from martial art. And the biggest, most beautiful thing about martial art is the simple fact that most of the guys that are coaches are some of the best male influence that you'll ever have in your life. If you look at the people around you and you do not have somebody to model yourself after, go to a martial art gym. You will find so many guys. I was invited to a gym last week. The guy, ex-military, lost his right leg. He's a right leg amputee above the knee. He teaches martial art now.
Wow.
He's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's about to get his black belt. That means that he's been at it for about 10 years. Right. He's developed skills that do not exist. He calls it nub jitsu because he chokes people out with his nub. It's fucking hilarious. And the guy has an amazing sense of humor about it. But this is what martial art brought him. It's not even the military that brought him that. It's martial art that brought him that.
Wow. Huh.
So instead, he looked at himself. He's like, okay, I'm missing a leg. What can I do? I could be a victim like most people, most amputees are, or I could decide to do something about it. And now I showed up to his class. He had 4 amputees in his class. He was teaching a bunch of people, and I've never seen, we call them nubbies, but I've never seen as many nubbies in the same class before. It was awesome. It was fucking incredible. So this is my point. It is all about before you can develop your mind, develop your body. In response to developing your body and sticking to it, you will develop your mind. Once you start seeing changes on your mind, you will see yourself different because your body does not lie. If you feel like shit in your body, your mind's going to suffer. They're intertwined. They are intertwined. That's why I will never take advice from somebody that is out of shape. Because that says a lot to me when it comes to your mindset. If you're okay with treating your body like a dumpster, that means you don't love yourself. It's a simple fact that people don't like to hear, but it is true. Go down to, and I'm not saying that if you're in the gym you love yourself, because that's a completely different issue. But what I'm saying is, there is no way for you to really love yourself if you don't take care of yourself. If you take better care of your car or your motorcycle than you do your own body, there's an issue.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I'm happy my brother's back, man. My brother is back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. If you feel like you're ugly and you just don't like your body, make sure that you get your don't go get surgery done. Go work on your body to get your mind right.
Getting surgery is body dysmorphia. It's like body dysmorphia. If you look at, I don't see much of a difference between a trans person and somebody that reshapes their body, because it's the same thing. The mentality is the exact same. Body dysmorphia is the way you perceive yourself. Is the way when you look in the mirror, if what you see as the reflection is not something that you like, that's great. Most people don't like what they look like. That's why you need to go hit the gym. But if you're ready to cut yourself in order to look a specific way, you have what they call body dysmorphia. It's a simple fucking fact. And this is a psychological issue that needs to be addressed. But we need to stop encouraging people from doing what they're doing right now. You can't cut up yourself thinking that it's going to change anything, because it's not real. You did not work. You know, the best teachers on this planet is pain and suffering. If you look at most successful people, they have an incredible life because they've suffered and they conquered those pains, and they turned those pains into a driving force that are making them successful.
And you know, brother, that when you talking about body dysmorphia, some would say, well, you men get a bunch of tattoos. Isn't that body dysmorphia?
It's a good question. I've never considered it.
Yeah. So obviously we don't like our body. That's why we come with tattoos.
I just love the art myself.
I got tattoos myself. So
it's a very, you know what? It's a very good point. I've never considered it.
I have several on here that I've drawn myself. I just love the art.
So women probably like, well, y'all got tattoos, so why can't we go get butt lifts and breast plants when y'all men go get a whole bunch of tattoos? Now women get a whole lot of tattoos too. Now they get a whole lot of tattoos. So,
but I think we need to look at the reason why people get tattooed in the first place. As Coyote just said, all of my tattoos are original. They were made by my tattoo artist. Is not a tattooer. He's an artist. He paints, he sculpts, he does a lot of different things outside of tattooing, but he makes a living tattooing. But his real job is an artist. So all of the tattoos that I have, they're tributes. They're either tributes to who I was. They're constant reminders of what I was. Like I have like right here, I have Jesus Christ tattooed on my right here, and I have a Buddha. Those are my two main religious philosophy. To me, Jesus was a Buddhist. He just arrived 500 years after Buddha. He preached the exact same thing in a different part of the world, so the speech was different. But at the end of the day, what Buddha preached and what Jesus preached, they're the same to me. And those are reminders. I can go through every single tattoos that I have and tell you why I have them. And they're not for other people, they're for me. As Coyote said, if I was an artist, I'd design my own, but I fucking suck at it, man. I am not an artist. Not that type of artist, at least.
But he broke one of his own rules, though, because Buddha was a fat son of a gun.
Nope, that is not true.
I'm just playing, man.
But you're thinking, but it's funny what you're saying, because the one I have is the fat one. I have a fat Buddha tattooed on me. But that's because of a statue that was given to me 20 years ago.
Right.
And I had it drawn out and tattooed on me. But this is because if you look at the Chinese culture, where most people believe that Buddhism comes from, they love fat people. They love pudgy faces. Like if you look at all the cartoons that they do, they have very pudgy faces and they love it. It's just that's why they're Buddha's fat. But if you look at India, where Buddha comes from, it ain't fat. He's skinny as fuck.
Right.
So it really depends. But I do like the fat Buddha more than I like the skinny one. I don't know why. He looks cooler. He looks like the type of guy you can have a pizza with. Skinny Buddha. Don't think he's eating pizza with you.
Oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned something. Hope you did. Ladies, okay, put it like this. Ladies, if your man is telling you to go get a butt lift, a big breast, or whatever, 9 times out of 10, you don't need his ass. You don't. Same thing with you fellas. If the woman tell you she wants a bigger penis and she wants you to get some fake abs and all that, she probably don't want you either. There's nothing you can do to make a person happy with you. Nothing. If they want you to be taller, they want you to have bigger muscle. No. Real love is when a person loves you for who you are, not for what you can do to change yourself for them.
You know what? My girlfriend wants to have, eventually, once we have children, she wants to have bigger boobs. She's not doing it for me. She's doing it for herself. And you know what? I do not have an issue with that at all. If that's what she wants, she's doing it for the right reasons. She's not doing it for me. She's doing it for her. And you know what? To a certain point, I can understand. Because who wants their man to have a bigger chest than her? Like, we fuck around with this all the time, but I have more chest than she does. But it's exaggerating, obviously. We're just fucking around. But I understand. I don't have a problem with... You know what? A butt, you can do squats and you'll develop your ass. You can't develop your chest. There's no way. A woman, boobs are fat.
Right.
So why do you think most bodybuilding women, they lose their chest and they have implants? Because they will lose everything because it is fat. Mm-hmm. So there are certain things. You know what? You have a fucked up nose. You want to change your nose? I don't have a problem with that because you can't. There's nothing much I can do about it. There's nothing much I can do about changing my nose if I had a nose problem.
Right.
So there are things that I understand why people do it. But it needs to come from the right place. Are you doing it to feel more comfortable in your skin, or are you doing it to impress other people? This is always what you have to look at. My girlfriend does not want boobs in order for other guys to chase after her. She wants boobs because she's never had big boobs in her life. That's it. And a lot of women associate bigger boobs with being more feminine.
Facts.
So is that bad? Arguable? I don't think so. I think the intentions behind it are good. It's like, I'm not somebody that walks around without a shirt off. Although most people in my shape would, it's not something that I like to do because I don't like to be looked at that way. But at the same time, I started posting pictures on my social media about me without a shirt on to show the discipline that it takes to be 41 years old and look the way I do. So you see, again, it's all about the intentions. I'm not going out there to people to tell me that I look good. I'm out there to show other men that are 40 years old or other men that are 20 years old, what's your fucking excuses? Why the fuck are you making excuse when I get to do this? And I can
Right.
show you how to do this.
Mm.
It's all about intentions, bro.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. There it is. There it is. As long as you're doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for somebody else. That's the key. As long as you're doing it for yourself. A lot of us are out here doing stuff for other people. I see people doing stuff for other people to make the other person happy. But hey,
You know,
Anyway.
I'm gonna leave you on this. We buy things we don't need to impress people we don't even like.
Huh.
Welcome to social fucking media. There you go. There you go.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nico Legan will be on every Tuesday, not Friday, every Tuesday, unless something comes up, but he'll be with us Tuesday, all right? You've been asking for him, he's back. Yes, he is back. Mr. Masculinity is back. Brother,
That is a great nickname.
Brother?
That is a great nickname. I accept. I fucking accept. Mr. Masculinity. How cocky can someone be? Jesus Christ. I don't have a nickname, so maybe that should. Man, that's cocky.
Hey,
Holy
it's perfect
fuck,
for you,
that's
brother. Perfect for you.
But you know something? When I was fighting, you don't choose your nickname. This is one thing that's for sure. You don't get to choose your nickname.
Right.
When I was fighting, my first coach called me Meathead.
Oh.
It's not a fuck. It does not sound like a compliment when you hear it,
No.
but this is because when I fight, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just like, let's fight. So I was a Meathead, and it's okay. I embrace that, but I like it,
Right.
Mr. Shit. I don't know if I could use that. I
Hey.
actually like it, but goddamn, it's cocky.
Hey, trademark that
Holy
motherfucker.
Mr. Masculinity. Holy fuck,
Hey.
I'm gonna Google this shit right now. Who's called Mr.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
choose it. I didn't choose it, man. Somebody.
No, it's your name. I gave it to you, brother. Use it.
You know what? I'm Googling right now. Mr.
Masculinity.
Masculinity does not exist.
Well, there
We
you
have it
go.
here, but this is how copyright works. You know that, right? We can
I
go
know.
back. Keep this episode because this was given to me. You know what?
I've been calling you that.
I will change my social media to Mr. I will add a nickname, Mr. Masculinity.
There
I
you
fucking
go.
love it. Man,
There
that's
you
cocky, but I
go.
fucking love it.
That's everybody know you as on this show, man. Mr. Masculinity.
You don't choose your nickname, I will embrace it though. I fucking love it. I love it.
Oh man. Hey, brother, you got any final words before we close out, man?
Well, I appreciate everybody that's been coming over to the channel, subscribing. My top video finally surpassed 4,000 views, so I'm
Awesome.
pretty excited about that.
Awesome.
As of right now, I have scheduled a guy that played guitar for Megadeth.
Yes.
I'll be interviewing him on Thursday, so let's hope it happens.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
We should
Ladies
talk,
and gentlemen.
we should talk afterwards.
Okay.
See what I can do to help you guys with all that stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
indeed.
should definitely talk to see what can be done about your shows. About I don't know. Do you have a personal show, or is it just Coyote that has one?
Talking to Tarek.
Yeah, Tarek. Oh, sorry, bro. Tarek, do you have a personal show?
Well, yeah. I mean, I do a lot of different shows on my channel, man. I have an entertainment channel where I do comedy, I do politics, I do, interviews, I do everything. So when you come to my channel, you get everything.
And that would be under EA your.
Entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's the
I got
funniest
everything
thing.
on my channel, man.
I never checked you out.
Everything you want. It's comedy, politics, interviews, music, everything. You name it, I got it.
And you're on YouTube, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's Flaming Ahead. Yep, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Yep, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I thank y'all for tuning into the show. I thank y'all for tuning in.
liking, sharing, and subscribing, man. The subscribers have been coming up like crazy. I can't even keep up. I try to subscribe to you. If you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. That's how I operate. If you subscribe to me, I'm going to subscribe to you. Even if you ain't even got no subscribers, I'm going to subscribe to you. That's how I operate. So I thank y'all for liking the show, watching the interviews, keep supporting. Turn your notifications on. Some of y'all notifications are not on, but you're watching, which is great. But it'd be nice if y'all come in on live so you can tell us how you feel about certain topics. But other than that, I appreciate you. I love you. Continue to watch. We got great shows coming up. We'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time. And like I said, man, go like, share, subscribe to my brother Coyote, the Vibes Broadcast. Great interviews, live coaches, paranormal activity, comedians, musicians, you name it, he got it. And like I said, always, if you want some masculinity, fellas, sons, not women. We don't want women to go over to this channel to get masculine. We don't want it. Stay at.
He shut off his own microphone.
Hey,
Good job there, Tarek.
can't hear you.
Disconnected your own microphone.
Oh, there we go. I hit my mic. Go take your sons and your men over to Nico again to get some masculinity from Mr. Masculinity himself.
I love it. I fucking love it.
And we will see y'all asses tomorrow. All right. Thank y'all so much. God bless you. Take care of yourselves. Love each other. And we are out of here.
There's pain inside. We'll figure it out. We'll take the time. I'll see you in the morning. I'll say to you, come on, let's talk, just me and you. Something's going on. There's pain inside.